Shout to the honchos. Don't race alone, race RWB. Gabsy, Tiger, big ups. Scout Squad. Let's fucking go.
This is an exclusive Monk Beats radio.
Yep. Don't dive on me, cause I'm RWB. I'm gonna shag your ma, slap your dad, then I'm gonna piss in your teeth. Don't like our shit? Ha, well guess what, clap? I'm gonna send charge round, he's gonna bomb your gun and set fire to your cat. Ha, you'll think you're quick? You better think again. We've got speed demon, you best fuck off, go race for Then there's evil, but not Knievel. Man's ET, wooden pedals, bungee cord, and an easel. We got C Sammy Egg, man's gonna break your neck. I ain't gonna lie, found quick, but his friends who are props make a mess of it. Then there's Rigel, and he wins a lot cause he's quick, trick, slick, but he's smug, and he's a bit of a dick. Then there's Cos. Where is all Cos? Consistency's boss, when you can go, but it's just another way of saying you're slow. Tiger's the cop, the big fat cock, the voice, the noise, but don't poke on real headlock, snap it off, boil a stock. Charger wheezes, puffs and sneezes, lights a smoke, a fat or choke in a shed, and a vibrating rig that makes his arse bleed. Then there's Beans, not Tesco's, Aldi, Lidl or Sainsbury's, living a dream. That's why mums go to RWB. Oh look, there's Pinners with his new triple screens. Best get on your knees and under the desk, those cables are a fucking mess. Complex, latex, cool specs, mad sex, check. That's the one and only FX UK. Let's go, Nismo. Man's good to go, we ain't slow, but nobody really knows. All that we really know is he sounds like Jammer, Whammer, Spammer. No YouTube links in the channel. Let us come down on boy like a hammer like Thor, but with more gore. No direct drive, you fucking poor. Best see the door. Bro, you must be crap. Wanna buy a Pi Max? I hear it better than the Rift. Yo, we got Fergie. Man's a Belfast lurgy. Fam's and I proud he likes men, but we don't hold it against him, do we? There's the man right Audi, Rasta clap, Joe, would you get rowdy? He's got a shed in the wood, man knows how to drive, he's always bringing the goods. Race is a thriller, Norwegian serial killer, Schiller, filler, chiller, painkiller. He's no caterpillar. We got Madley and Gabsy, Welsh boys from the valleys. They burn peat, shag sheep, then they eat the meat, but they love their rally. Do lally, don't stop me, what you gonna do? Can't catch me, go check the stream, we're live. RWB, strive to win, race clean, race quick. Don't be a dick, man's gonna make your jaw click. Do you think you're slick? Psh, don't mess about, you fucking prick.
Hello everyone and welcome to round 4 of RWB's Formula Raceroom Free X Cup Challenge. For round 4 we are here at the beautiful Spa, one of the, how can I say this, one of the most popular tracks for its well-known corners, such as Radion, El Rouge, of course the Enchcane, Blanchemont, Campus, Stavelot, and a lot of others. Welcome everyone, welcome. This is the final round, as I said. We have on a grid today, I think 23 drivers, if I'm not mistaken, and it is going to be absolutely beautiful race today. As you can see now, qualifying results coming up. Godzilla leading a session, about 9/10 away from Nigel Wood, and Dirk Gretschel following Nigel. RWB Al Gardner next, Dom Jordan, Marco Badowski, Phil Varley, RWB Rigel, RWB Jammer, Mad Al, Timo, I'm not quite sure about that name, Martin Huge, RWB Audi, Rick Binnersley, Stefan Ferguson, Friedrich Reichhardt, I think, Marco, Xander Westenberg, Cos Charger, Alex, Justin Burley, and then that is your whole grid. As you can see, then Godzilla all the way up there with a 9/10 lead. Absolutely amazing. We're going to see what he can do from there today. But my name is Jay, or Panda, and I am here to take you through these two races today. Of course, we do have a bit of a warm-up session right now, but as far as I'm concerned, we have two races today, and we'll get onto them as soon as we can. Remember, if you do have any questions, please do remember to join the RWB Discord. We do love talking to you all, and you can come sign up for these leagues or whatnot. If not, I mean, go have a look at our website and sign up for anything there, or you can, I think, maybe even ask us questions through there. Not quite sure. I have to check that one. But everyone, welcome to Breedable Spa. Now, we don't have a co-commentator for today, so it's gonna be a lot of me just talking. We're gonna see if this works. I hope it does. If it doesn't, oh well. But we'll see what happens. I'm currently out on the track. We're watching Phil Varley. I'm just doing a bit of warm-up, nothing too much. Just doing a bit of warm-up. I do apologize. I did just have to go there for 2 seconds, but I am back. Yeah, as we can see, just doing a warm-up. 2 minutes 31 seconds left of this session. Everyone just getting the feel for the track. Although it was just qualifying, it is really important closer to the race, just to make sure you don't go cold. You keep those hands warm, get the rhythm in your body, and make sure you know exactly how to drive the track. Spa, of course, is an extremely technical track. The drivers can really lose a lot of time here if they aren't up to speed, so they want to spend every single moment that they can working on every single corner that they can. Of course, if you know you're going to be losing time in one certain corner, it's usually for the best that you try and practice that corner as much as possible, as we see someone go off there. One unfortunate thing about Raceroom, of course, you guys will see a lot of cuts today. It is just the auto cam, I think, but don't worry about that either. We will be dealing with that as well. Dirk Gretschel now going through El Rouge, going up to Radion. Of course, this extremely long run down to that chicane, and that chicane is, of course, one of the places where people really do make a lot of mistakes very easily. It is usually pretty scary for the drivers if they're going into there very close to each other. So we'll see what they do about that today. It's definitely going to be interesting. Definitely going to be interesting in some way or form. But otherwise, we are here. As I said, for those who just joined, we're here at Spa. Don't worry, just want to make sure you guys know. But yeah, we just have 1 minute left of the session, then we'll head into your race one. Godzilla starting you off. This is Dirk Gretschel now, as we see him just kind of parading around a bit, just saying, hey, I'm gonna get myself warm. I need to make sure I know everything, because if Dirk gets a good start today, he can take that P2, and if Godzilla has a problem, P1 might even be his. Spa is relay track where it usually favors from P1 till P4, so we'll see what these drivers can do. Maybe Godzilla, even though he does have that big of a gap, anything could go wrong, and that is what makes this series so fun. We have absolutely no idea what's going to happen, and we have absolutely no idea how it is going to happen. Just over 20 seconds now left of this session. I think we followed the whole lap with Dirk. This is amazing. We've been keeping with Dirk. Oh, and as Dirk goes off there, just testing his limits a bit, just testing his limits. Of course, these Formula 3 cars, because they're a bit older, they don't have as much downforce, but they are still really good cars. Setup is going to be playing an amazingly big role in today's race. I do definitely think that if drivers could have nailed the setup for Spa, we will see an amazing performance from them today. Remember, folks, qualifying isn't everything at Spa. a lot happens during the race. This is an overtaking circuit, so we will definitely see what's going to happen. As that is the free practice over now, and we are at the start of our first race. 50 seconds here. That they can still stay in the garage, kind of get everything set, and then it is lights out, and away we go. We see everyone lining up. They're really close grid as well, really far away from each other. So if you can really get that launch off the line, it will help you an extreme amount, because you could maybe just gain out 1 or 2 positions and could catch a few people off guard. 30 seconds then. This is where the drivers usually start, calming down a bit, trying to find their zen, trying to find a place where they're calm and trying to just breathe and get themselves in a good mindset for the start of the race. Definitely going to see what's going to happen here. It's going to be very, very, very interesting. 10 seconds now, and here we go. And the lights are going. I'm not quite sure if it has a cycle. I think it does. Our lights going to start showing. And they're away, and we go. The lights did not show, but that's fine. Godzilla gets an amazingly good start, still ahead of everyone. Nigel Wood right behind Jordan, makes a few places behind him. Jordan just trying to stick it there and just keep it in front of everyone, but already being challenged by Gretschel and Badowski. Gretschel and Badowski now going head to head, trying to fight everyone, trying to fight each other. It looks like Jordan is barely staying ahead of Gretschel, who's barely staying ahead of Badowski. Now Yammer and Timo also battling for position there. We'll see what happens there on each other's ash. Look at Timo pulling alongside, seeing if he has the straight line speed. Does he have the straight line speed? I think he does. I think he might. Let's have a look. Can Timo finish the move? We'll see. I think yes. Timo does. No, actually, no, sorry. Timo, I'm not quite sure who we're watching. I think that was Phil that went off. I'm not quite sure. Oh my word, the autocam's bugging out, man. But that's fine. Marco and Martin Hughes here. P13, P14, we see her fighting, but we see contact that wasn't between those two. But now Marco and Hughes still fighting for P12 and P13 as someone runs wide there. And this is Stephen Ferguson off. Never mind, don't worry. Garstner and Timo now going head to head once again. Al trying to keep that position. I think Al's there on the Al's right in front, but Canetzi really saying, I lost those positions, I went off, just let me climb my way back up. Gardner's just still trying to hold for a position. He's closed the door on Al, but I have a slight feeling, Gardner closes the door, but massive accident, and they're both far way down, both of them getting caught up in there. Gardner now P11. I'm not quite sure where the other one is. As we see now, Bittersley and Alex going head to head here. Tire to tire, shouldn't I say it? It's more of a tire to tire thing here. P, this far down the grid, they're just trying to shuffle positions. But up the grid then, Don Jordan and Dirk Gretschel. Sorry, Phil Varley and Dirk Gretschel now. Auto director decides to throw me a bit there. Oh no, don't worry, Don Jordan and Phil Varley. Phil chasing Don, seeing if he can grab that P3, seeing if he can grab that podium, but it might just be a bit too early in the race for that. Don, just hold on, stay behind him, see what you can do. Meanwhile, Godzilla already a 9/10 lead on Nigel Wood. Folks, this is, if you can get that big of a lead already, that is basically game over. It is absolutely amazing as we run on board with Phil Varley, trying to get to Don Jordan. Will the slipstream help? He's catching, pulls alongside, but will he have the straight line speed? No, it's now just a drag race. No, he does not have the straight line speed. Don Jordan has to, Phil is sticking right behind Don Jordan, keeps that position. Phil cannot brake late enough. Don Jordan protects himself, and that's all he needs to do, folks. That's what he needs to do to stay in that position. Phil is just going to try and get past, but at Spa, on the straights, it is extremely hard. As we have a look now at Martin Hughes and Pixel Pie getting really close, and someone spun. I'm not quite sure who that was. But someone spun. Phil Varley and Dirk Gretschel now. Looking at Phil Varley and Dirk Gretschel. Dirk just not managing to quite stay on, I would say. He's close, but he's just not close enough. Varley really having an amazing drive, putting everything into that car that he can, and he is just barely keeping it ahead. Charger and Xander Westenberg. Charger will be happy to be up this far. Really, Westenberg is following Charger, however. Charger trying to make that car as wide as possible. Turning in, does Westenberg go for the move? No, he does not. He doesn't have the speed. Charger still taking that position in P14 and keeping it. As they come around one of the last corners now. No, sorry, I'm at the wrong part. Yeah, so as they come around one of the last corners now, thought for a second that was at the wrong part of the track. Charger, just all he needs to do is just stay in the slipstream with those in front, if he can, and then just make sure to do everything he can to keep that car as wide as possible to not let Xander through. Of course, you know, you can get your place back at Spa, but these Formula 3 cars, it is hard. It is overtaking track, but it definitely isn't easy. As Xander now pulls alongside, does Charger give him the room? Yes, he does. Xander makes the move into that, and Xander gets that position. Now we look at Maddow and Yammer also going out for position. I think Yammer gets that position, Maddow just not being able to keep up, but Maddow keeps his nose in, and I think he has unfortunately lost that position. Al is going to try and chase. Al's going to try and chase Yammer through Rouge and all the way down to Radion to see what he can do. We'll have a look. But as I said, actually, when you pull out of that slipstream, it is extremely hard to actually do something. As I think, as we just saw there, you can pull out of slipstream, but you don't get the acceleration you need to get past the car. Braking at Spa is extremely important part. Maddow just maneuvering his car a bit better than Yammer is. Just really putting it through all its paces and just making sure it knows exactly where to go and how to do it. Absolutely brilliant drive from Maddow, really deserving that P7. Meanwhile, up top, Godzilla now a 1.3 second gap on Nigel, and Nigel a 3.7 second gap on Varley. We can obviously see that Godzilla and Nigel both just in a class of their own, and the rest of the field not being able to touch them, and that is what you need as Antwerp. Dirk Gretschel now right next to Phil Varley. Can Dirk go for a move? No, he cannot. He just doesn't have that heavy braking, but he is about 2 tenths away. Definitely close enough to do something in the future. As Dirk pulls alongside, he still can't make the move, just doesn't quite have the acceleration he needs. Dirk just stays on him, gets in that slipstream, now he's just going to try and catch. All Dirk now needs to do is just stay on and wait for Phil to make a slight mistake. Then will Phil make when Phil makes that mistake, he can grab onto. But look at that, he pulls into the clean air, tries to go for it, but as I suspected, he just doesn't have quite enough of the straight line speed to keep it there, to actually get it alongside Phil. Phil now covering off the inside, but Dirk should have the inside for the next corner. No, he doesn't. He does not stick his nose in. He rather stays behind, thinking better of it as they pull now onto the first straight, I guess, of Spa. It counts as a straight, right? Counts as a mini straight. Phil braking really late, trying to keep him off, but Stefan Ferguson and RWB Charger now. Charger right behind Ferguson. He's trying to see if he can get that move done. Will Charger look for a move into turn 1? Will he? I do not think he does. No, he does not. Charger doesn't look for that move, thinks better of it, packs out and says, listen, I'll get you. Oh no, Charger thinks, I'll get you. Give me a second. Let me just reset and let's get on the next part of the track. Okay, so let's have a bit of a... Oh, no, sorry. Okay. Alex Rochenberg here, down in P18, of course, not where he wants to be. I don't think he'll get points for that. Definitely not where you want to finish off your last race. Maybe we'll see a bit more of him later. Badalski and Rigel now. Badalski chasing Rigel, hoping for the move. Does Badalski make the move? He sticks his nose up the inside. Oh, because contact, massive contact, and that's one of them off. I think that's Marco Badalski that was off. But don't worry, he does recover. That was Marco Badalski that's off, but he does recover. That might be looked into by the stewards. I don't think it was a major accident, but definitely it was some contact that could have hurt someone potentially. Rigel just staying ahead, really doing anything he can to keep that car ahead. Let's see if that works out. Pixel Pie, P20. It's a regional winner down here. It is quite a quiet race. We'll see. Maybe he strikes a good piece of luck and gets into the top 10. Rigel and Badalski now still fighting it out. Marco Badalski just trying everything he can to get past Rigel. They're on the second to last straight now. Oh, give me 2 seconds. I will be right back. I apologize for that, folks. I just had someone into my room. Badalski pulling alongside Rigel, trying to make a move, but as you can see, he just doesn't have the straight line speed. Will he go for late braking? No, he does not. Rigel, however, breaks late, makes up a lot of time on Badalski and gets that done. Right behind him, though, Mad Al and Yammer. Yammer still right behind Mad Al, just chasing him. Most of all, I would say kissing, but I mean more, biting at him, saying, listen, I want to get past, let me pass. But Al saying, no, not today, I'm fine, thanks. You're going to stay right behind me. Of course, Al now has a slipstream ahead him of Badalski, so he can stay in that hopefully for him. Yammer will not be able to keep up the pace in a straight line, and he will not be able to attack as much as he wants. But yes, we see him. Yammer gets a bit more better exit flourish, but will that be enough to propel him past Al? Let's have a look. Al pulls alongside Badalski there, I think that is. Al passes Badalski, and Badalski gets passed by Yammer as well. Badalski now loses 2 positions down on P8. Meanwhile, Phil Varley and Dirk Gretschel, Phil looking very unstable. Gretschel saying, I might go for this move, I might go for this move. Does he try? I think he tried it for a second, but he thinks better of it and pulls out. Phil Varley still keeping ahead, but he cannot afford to have his car down unstable, and he knows it. Gretschel right behind, just sticking on him, saying, come on, man, just make a mistake, let me pass, make a mistake. And Phil not making one. RWB Godzilla now gets a slowdown penalty for track limit abuse. If he isn't careful, he might get a drive-through and loses P1. He needs to be careful here. He needs to be extremely careful. Meanwhile, Mad Al and Yammer still going at it. Badalski now wide. Well, Badalski still 2 tenths away, but looking very, very, very wily, is that a word? As he wants to overtake him. Well, Yammer still wanting to overtake Al, but Al just having an absolutely amazing drive and somehow being able to keep that other car behind him. I do once again want to say welcome to everyone currently watching. I hope you are enjoying this. My name is Jay. I'm your commentator for tonight. Maybe we'll be joined by a second. I guess we'll see. As Al now gets pulled. Both cars pull alongside him. And do they make the move? I'm not quite sure actually. We'll have to have a look. I think they do. No, they don't. Al still in 6, but Badalski now is P7, Yammer in P8, and P-Pi now P19. Really quiet race. He isn't doing much, just trying to do his own thing. Yammer now pulling alongside Badalski, hoping he can go for something, and I think he does. Yammer is past Badalski. Badalski losing that position that he just gained, and behind Al again is Yammer. Yammer's been stuck there forever, so I think he'll hope that comes. Xander Westenberg, I think that was a slowdown penalty. Yeah, slowdown penalty. Continued track limits abuse. That is not something you want to hear. Phil Varley and Dirk Gretschel now pulling here, trying to get a move done. Does Dirk do it? Does Dirk do it? No, he does not. He backs up at the last second. Rigel right behind them though, and if Phil and Dirk aren't careful, Rigel can definitely take both those positions away from them in a second. Phil and Gretschel really keeping it tight. Phil saying, I'm not scared of keeping this tight. And remember, it can cause damage. I think it will, but hey, who knows at this point. Phil, once again, absolutely amazing job from him, not letting anyone pass. He just knows absolutely what to do. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful race from Phil. Meanwhile, Stefan Ferguson and Reichardt, P12 and P13. Reichardt quite a while away from Ferguson. Ferguson, we'll see if he can catch him. But I don't know. As Xander Westenberg, as Westenberg gets passed by Don Jordan, looks like Westenberg might have an issue because he could have just let Don pass. Kind of something else, but okay. Yammer and Badalski still chasing those two. Al and Yammer ahead of him, really just staying there and just waiting, not doing too much for the moment. But Badalski now trying to size up a move on Al. I wish you could see that. Yes, we can. That was pure coincidence. Al getting chased. Is Jammer going to go for it? Is Jammer going to go for it? It looks like he does, but he won't. No, he will not have the line. Maybe trying for a better exit. Oh, he might actually get it. No, Al keeps it. Despite being that unstable, Al somehow keeps it. What an amazing, absolutely amazing racing. Al pulls along. Sorry, Jammer pulls alongside. Yeah, sorry, Jammer pulls alongside. Hoping to do something, but Al says no, not today. Sorry. Today, Al's still ahead then in P6. What a heated battle of P6, and they're losing so much time to the cars in front. The better thing for them would be just to work together and stop fight, because the more they fight, the more time they lose to the guys in front, and the less likely it is that they will be able to catch those guys. Now we see, oh no, I think that's Charger in the wall. That is Charger in the wall. No, that is Charger. Oh, down the straight to El Rouge in a wall, poor Charger. Rigel and Phil Varley now. Oh my word, Phil absolutely sticking to Rigel. I think Rigel didn't get past both Gretschel and Varley. Well done to Rigel. And Rigel, all he now has to do is just keep it clean, keep it safe, and make sure he keeps that podium spot. Rigel, of course, on P3. And your Godzilla and Nigel Wood, your other two podium finishers as of yet. I see some spinning there in the background, not quite sure who that was. We'll have to have a look. For Varley and Dirk Gretschel trying to get at Varley still. Have a look what happens there. Xander Westenberg and Audi battle for P16 here. Westenberg trying everything he can, but Audi, well, funnily enough, Audi just a bit too fast. Oops. Do apologize, just had to sneeze there real quick and mute my mic. Absolutely amazing racing we have seen from these gents tonight. Definitely something else. I'm already starting to get a bit winded. What an amazing race. Talking this much doesn't happen a lot, I can tell you guys that. Phil Varley now keeping it on Rigel, really sticking. Phil might actually go for a move down here into the last chicane. Will he? No, he doesn't. He realizes he just doesn't quite have the speed to get past there, but he's hoping for a better exit. Does he get a better exit? No, he doesn't. Rigel still being able to keep that position. Let's have a look. Marco and Phil as they touch. I'm not quite sure if that was netcode or if I just saw that correctly, but wow, that was definitely something else. But that's Timo and Marco now. Timo trying to get past Marco. Timo, of course, being a lot higher up on the grid, and not anymore. He's really trying to work his way back up, but just can't seem to get past Marco. We'll see what happens there. Let's see what happens. Marco Blalski gets a slowdown penalty for track limits abuse. It's not even good. He's currently leading in front of someone, and now he has to slow down. That is not what he would want to hear. Not the news that he was hoping for, I can tell you all that. Timo really chasing him down, trying to do everything he can. I do apologize if I do stay quiet now and then. It's just to rest my voice a bit. I am getting a bit of a cold, so just to rest my voice, just to keep myself a bit thick, I guess. Marco's still ahead of Timo. Timo not being able to do anything really particular. Timo probably hoping he can do a lot more, just not quite getting there. We'll keep an eye on now your top three again: Godzilla, Nigel Wood, and Riley, with Phil Varley and Dirk Gretschel following close behind. Phil Varley really still sticking out on Rigel, but just not really being able to make a proper move. Anytime Phil goes for something, Rigel is already 3 steps ahead in the sides. I'm fine, thanks. Thank you. It's absolutely amazing to see, ladies and gentlemen, that the drivers can really read each other's minds like this. Definitely something that you do not see a lot, I can tell you that. Look at Phil trying to go for something again, and Rigel just says, no, I'm a bit quicker, sorry. Look at that, a bit twitchy. Amazing drive from these guys, absolutely amazing drive. Does Phil go for the move? No, he doesn't, just isn't as quick on the brakes as Rigel is. Rigel being able to go into there first and get a better exit. We're going to see what Rigel's lap time is here in a second. Are we? No, actually, yes, we do. Rigel sets a 2:15.605, extremely fast time. It is amazing that Phil can even come close to matching that pace. Now, while we wait for this racing a bit, just wait for the field to spread a bit, I do want to remind everyone that RWB's next endurance race is the 9-hour Kailali. It will be hosted on the 11th of December. We do hope to see you all there. It will be from 2 GMT or Zulu time. You can also have a look at our Battle of the Mans. That is the 18th of December at 8:30 GMT. Really exciting that as well. Phil's still trying to go for a move. Can he get it done on Rigel? No, he cannot. Barely, he cannot. Phil really trying his best, doing everything he can, but he just can't. As Yammer gets a drive-through penalty for speeding in pit lane, it's not gonna help his chances and getting a decent position. He has just lost a lot of time. Marco Badowski. Oh. Never mind, sorry, I was lying to you. Picks up high now, exits, and that's Sander Westenberg, I think. We're currently looking at being chased by a big front pile. Rigel and Phil Barley now. Rigel still defending somehow from Phil Barley. I have absolutely no idea how he's doing it. But that is quite the spectacle. I can tell you all that. That is quite the spectacle. Seeing defending like that, what moves, I guess. Can't even say what a move. What moves. Amazing moves there. Phil Barley and Dirk Gretschel. Dirk still trying to hang on, but he's lost a few positions. He not be feeling as good. Might feel, hey, listen, I don't know if I can do this. It's the best I can for P4. Dirk just really not making any moves. And just trying to stay close as he can. But Phil Barley now sticks his nose at the inside. He'll be later on the brakes, and I think the answer to that is Rigel. Phil still not being able to make a move as Rigel is faster, but Phil now pits and leaves Rigel and Gretschel maybe short-term fulfilling Gretschel's needs to be in a bit of a higher position, but I think Gretschel would have wanted maybe P3. But Rigel, all he now has to do is just have a decent lap and try and respond to that move to pit and just try and cover it off as best he can. Marco and Badowski now. Sorry, Adi and Badowski. Is it Adi and Badowski? Yes, it is. Adi and Badowski now going head-to-head. Adi seeming to keep in front. Badowski, that not stopping Badowski, and he's still going for the move. Still sticking with. Will he be able to go around the outside? He does put his nose in, but he almost decides to pit. Okay. Kind of faked us there, didn't he? Kind of made us think he was going to, and he didn't. Poor us, poor commentary booth I cannot think about. Why would he fake us like that? Marco Badowski just trying to really raise his own race. Quite a bit ahead of Marco and Marco Badowski on that one. Marco now quite a bit behind Badowski. Just trying to see what he can do, but I think might be temporarily game over. We'll see what happens. Oh no. And we have just got news that Varley has absolutely, as in his own words, stuffed it in the pit lane. Varley, that is not very smart. Peter. That's full of Austin powered it. That's not very, that is not very smart, if I can say that. I am going to then assume he's either out of the race or just a lot behind. No, I never know. Varley, maybe you can catch up, man. I believe in you. Maybe you can catch up. I don't know. It looks like you're catching up, I guess. I believe in you, man. You've got this. You have got this 100%. That is if you're still racing, but Raceroom's relay isn't really telling me a lot. But we'll see. Audi and Marco Badowski now battling for that P11. Badowski, of course, I think not the race he wanted, but he's definitely doing decent. Audi trying to keep him off. Really trying to battle as far as he can. Badowski looking very fresh and very attacking, if that makes sense. Audi just kind of trying to see what he can do to keep that car behind, but I don't think it's going to last for too long. And here in the pits, we see Rigel and Dirk Gretschel both pitting now, deciding to kind of have a pit together as the Reichardt and Stephen Ferguson. And as Stephen almost goes off, I think the Reichardt did look a bit dodgy from Reichardt. Yeah, there it is. Sorry, that penalty, track limits abuse. Went over the green piece of the track into the pits. Definitely not what you want. Badowski and Audi not being able to keep Badowski behind, as I said, and Badowski getting past him pretty easily. Richard now gets a slow-down penalty for Tracker. He's seen that for quite a while. Has been there for a while. You guys are going to have to give me 2 seconds, I do apologize. I do apologize to everyone. I just want to I do heavily apologize. As Audi, I think that's Audi. Oh no, as he goes deep. Oh, he went really deep. That was not good. I think that was Steven. No, sorry, that was Steven that we were riding the motive. Steven definitely not making the right move. Really breaking a bit too late for what he would have hoped. But now Audi and Marco going head to head. I could have sworn I saw Marco's name. Audi and Marco going head to head, or Audi keeping that position. Really trying his best for it, but yeah, no, I think that move was definitely a bit too, Steven dived in a bit too far, I'm gonna be honest. But Steven now trying to get past Marco, actually, staying on his tail. I hope Steven just doesn't try late braking into the next chicane, but we'll see what he does. Steven putting alongside, and now it's just a drag race all the way down. See what Steven can do. Can Steven keep up with the pace of Marco? It looks like he can. No, he cannot. He pulls into the slipstream trying to get an extra few kilometers, brakes later. Can he make it happen? They're going side to side into the chicanes, and no, he cannot. Marco stays ahead. That was close. That was close. Sort of sparks go from Ferguson's, from Stevens's. Oh, and that's someone spun. Is that Badowski? It was either Yammer or Badowski that spun. I'm not quite sure. I think that was Yammer that spun. I'm slight feeling that was Yammer that spun. What a... Wow, that is something else. Yeah, Timo now back in P6. I do just apologize, didn't even see that. Timo back into P6. Really did his job. Really turned around this race for him as far as he could, I think. Richard and Don Jordan right on Richard, hoping to get that past, but he's just not quite close enough for a move. Trying to maybe pull here, no he doesn't. Rigel and Dirk Gretschel. Dirk still behind Rigel. Dirk must be getting quite upset. Rigel really trying an amazing race. Definitely see what happens, but Rigel, I think he does deserve that podium 100%. What a race it has been for him. Come on, Timo, let's go unleash the lion. Timo, you heard your supporters, that is Knut Mathiesen Entertainment, saying unleash the lion, show them what you can do, show everyone what you are capable of. Rigel and Gretschel still going head to head. What? It is absolutely amazing. This racing that they just can constantly stay close to each other is absolutely baffles me. Got Badowski now chasing Gardner. Badowski not going to be very happy to be that far down, I guess. But he's one, if we're working on F1 terms, which I'm not quite sure how the point system works in the Formula Raceroom 3 X Cup. But if we are, then that means Marco is just outside of points. He's going to try and scrape together P10, see if he can get past Al Gardner. This is Rigel under Gretschel now. Gretschel still somehow a bit slower. Just a bit slower. I mean, their last lap separated by 3. I think that's 30 thousandths of a second. These sure it's 30 thousandths of a second. That's absolutely crazy. Gretschel really showing that he can stay behind Rigel, but he just can't quite pass him yet. And Rigel can still pull out that gap. 3-second gap now between them. Can he do something? Marco Badowski then still chasing Gardner. These are the battles that we need to keep an eye on. Look at Gardner absolutely defending for his life, trying to do everything. This is the last lap of the race, as far as I know. 48 seconds in the session remaining. That was your race 1, folks. Currently looks like Godzilla 10-second lead on Nigel Wood. Godzilla in another class of its own. Nigel has a 3-second gap to Rigel. I don't think he's going to feel that good. And then Rigel being followed by Gretschel 1/10 of a second now. As we look now at Martin Hughes and Alex Roggenbach. 3/10 separate them, P70 and P18. They're going to try and battle this out, but it isn't for major points. I can tell you that. See, this point might just be just to see who's a better racer rather than points. We'll see who prevails in the match. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful drive once again. Marco Badowski now. Sorry, I would have said beautiful race from Godzilla. Absolutely beautiful. Really in a class of his own, just knowing how to take this track, and 10 seconds ahead of Nigel Wood, his closest competitor. Really brilliant. Not a lot that you see racers like this. Well done to Godzilla. A brilliant race from him. You guys might also know Godzilla as Kai Banks. Extremely nice race from Kai, and he really deserved that every single bit. Folks, that was your race 1. Now coming across the line. We're gonna have a look. So it is. Are we done, or is it? Oh, this might actually be the last lap. I do apologize. I think this is the last lap. Not quite sure, but as Badowski then goes into a wall, loses a few positions there. Not ideal for him either. Is it? I think this might be the last lap. But currently, your standings in this race: Godzilla. Our Godzilla, Kai Banks, Nigel Wood behind him. In P3 are Rigel, P4 Dirk Gretschel, P5 Maral, P6 Tony. Sorry, Timo, not Tony. Timo. P7 Audi, P8 Marco, P9 Ferguson, and P10 Al Gardner. That is your top 10 for this race so far. Godzilla now just coming past these few last corners, just trying to take them quite slow, going through the curve, Au Ferrer and Blanchimont. Give him a second, I might be a bit ahead of him here. Going through Blanchimont, and then we just turned 17, and going through turn 18, all the way to the chicane, all the way down, all the way down. Look at this, all the way down to the final chicane. Turns in, gets a good exit, and now he can celebrate because he has just won race 1 of round 4 of the RWB Cubs. And that is Godzilla now finished as far as I'm concerned. Nigel Wood now crossing the line in P2. I assume he's not going to be very happy with his performance. There's a gap behind, but 10 seconds to Godzilla, that's something he doesn't want. Rigel, I think that is also coming past in P3. Dirk Gretschel, P4, P5 Maral, P6 Timo, P7 Audi, P8 Marco, P9 Ferguson, P10 Al Gardner, P11 Richard, P12 Badowski, P13 Jordan, P14 Yammer, P15 Westenberg, P16 Charger, P17 Rochenbach, P18 Huge. Oh, who fell down there? I'm just not gonna ask. P19 Kos, P20 P-Pie, P21 Burley, P22 Varley, and P23 Rick Binnersley. I think he may have retired because he's a bit too far away to be fair. Westenberg now getting chased by Charger, but I don't think Charger's going to try and mount anything. Oh, as Westenberg loses it! Westenberg loses it and gives the position to Charger. Gives that position to Charger, gives it in his hand, says, "Here, Charger, take it. Here it is." Absolutely. Westernberg's not going to be very happy about that. Absolutely loses it. Cannot believe I'm watching the replay currently, and yeah, no, he's not going to be very happy about that. Not very happy about that. Cost coming P19, finally finishing the race. Well done to him as well. Ladies and gentlemen, that was your race 1. I'm not quite sure if it's race 1 or if that was just race, like the only race. As far as I'm concerned, there are 2 races. I'm just going to keep my mouth for a bit, keep quiet, just to rest my voice a bit, and I will be commentating for you round 2. What is your final grid then for the race? Absolutely beautiful Godzilla, really having yeah, he just had an amazing time taking a fast lap as well. Nigel Wood right behind, and Rigel also on the podium, probably lucky to get that as well. And ladies and gentlemen, I am back. 1 minute 30, just over 30 seconds remaining here of your warm-up before race 2. Race 2, of course, as long as race 1. Going to be extremely fun for those who have just joined. Welcome to round 4, the final round of the Formula Raceroom 3X Cup Challenge. And this is the final round, of course, at Spa Francorchamps, I think it is. But it's going to be absolutely, it's definitely going to be beautiful. I do think it's going to be an amazing race, and we'll see what they can do. 30-minute race again. Let's see what these drivers can do. They've already had a 130-minute race, and they've showed us what they can do. So, can they improve in race 2? Are they going to drop back in race 2? We will never, ever know. For those also just joining us, I do apologize if you do hear some quiet bits. I am a tiny bit under the weather, tiny bit sick, so just trying to make sure to not completely kill my voice in the process. And as Xander somehow ruins it in the pits, Xander, I'm just going to be assuming you're going to be doing donuts for us. Everyone, just have a look at Xander's spectacular donuts. Well done, Xander. And he puts it in the water. Well done. Well done to you, Xander. Absolutely well done, man. Definitely knows how to do donuts, I can tell you all that. Definitely knows how to do donuts. It's first challenge for you now. Yeah, Borley, don't worry. You'll be able to do this. I believe you can. You're going to do a Yarno Opmir. For those of you who do not know, Yarno is Opmir is a F1 esports pro, I guess. So yeah, Borley, you're going to have to do a Yarno Opmir here and see what you can do. Good luck. We will be watching you throughout the whole race. Or we can show something, and we are here back on the grid. 40 seconds remaining till lights out. And I'm going to leave you guys for the silence of these engines for a second, and then we'll get going again. And folks, it is almost lights out, and we can go. And we have to wait. We have to wait. Go. It is lights out, and away we go. Godzilla getting an amazing start. Rigel putting up alongside Nigel Wood. Nigel Wood trying to challenge Godzilla, but just doesn't have the pace. All Nigel needs to do now is do his best to try and keep position while the race extends. Rigel, however, pressuring Nigel. Maybe, we can see Rigel even taking that position, saying he wants to get that as soon as possible. Godzilla was slightly getting away from them, but not yet. Can the slipstream mean that Godzilla can lose its position? I don't think it will, but let's have a look. All the way down, 1/10th gap between Godzilla and Nigel. Nigel pulls alongside. Can he make it happen? Can he make it happen? It looks like he is going to make it happen. Nigel Wood is into the lead. Who's going to be a late breaker? And Godzilla is a late breaker out of them all. But Rigel still attacking Nigel, trying to get that move done. Can he get it done? He's going to try. He's going to fight for his art. What's going to happen up here? Well, it's just not being able to drive, and Nigel will definitely be able. Definitely, he will be very upset with himself for not getting that position of Godzilla, because he's now already 6/10 behind. If not the best ever. Rick Benuzzi now up to P15 on a massive crash there. I do want to have a look. Where's Farley? Farley up to P12, very close to that P10 position. He's having a good race so far, and it's only the first lap. Rigel trying to keep that gap. Oh, but this is Marco Badowski and Dirk Gretschel, I think. Dirk Gretschel's keeping it in front of Marco. Barely, but he is picked. Oh, and that is someone off. I think that's... who is that off? I'm not quite sure who that was off. Is that Rick? I think that might have been Rick off. No, yeah, that was Rick off. Poor Rick, poor Rick. Definitely didn't deserve that. Poor him. He's been having tough times in the racing, but don't worry. I do believe he will bounce back as soon as he can. We see Pi and Martin Hughes now pull up. Martin being able to keep it in front of Pi. I don't know how long that's going to last. For Pixel can bring the fight to Martin. Martin isn't slow, so we'll see if Pixel has the pace. But now, Stephen Ferguson and Phil Warren here. Phil already into P11, trying to make a move on Ferguson for that P10. Isn't going to get it quite, though. Oh, as I think that was Farley off. Wait, was that Farley off? No, I don't think it was. No. So, wait, it was? Not quite sure. I don't think it was Farley. I don't think that was Farley. That might have been someone else off. Let's not stress about it too much. Xander is chasing Dodger, trying to get the slipstream. Look at the amazing pace of that slipstream, what it has. And Xander not trying to pull it alongside, but he can't. He doesn't have pace against Pixel by. Is he going to try for a late dive bomb into this corner? No, he isn't. No, he does not. We see now Marco Badowski and Audi. Marco Badowski and Timo trying to fight out. Timo, of course, having an amazing recovery drive. Let's see if Marco can catch him. I don't think he'll be able to. Just a bit far away. Martin Hughes now on Al Gardner's putt, saying, Al, get out of my way. And Al's like, no thanks. I am going to fly for today. what a race, what an absolute battle it is here. Titanic battles throughout the field. Close battle. Currently, we aren't seeing. Yeah, it's this one. Phil Varley 2 ahead of him. S. Ferguson. Definitely a close battle, so we're going to see that evolve. Phil really does want to get past, and he wants to get that pace in as soon as possible. He does have decent pace. Looks like Stefan is just a bit faster from through his corners, so we'll see if Vardy can maybe put a bit more pressure on his car through the corners to kind of just get on Stefan a bit more, as he is now. Phil now in that slipstream. Can he make it? Can he make it? Can he make it? He pulls into the car ahead slipstream, and that is someone off Rick Minnersley. I think he might have, yeah, so Rick Binnersley unfortunately spun his hands far behind anyone else. We'll definitely have a look at what is going to happen. Marco and Stephen Ferguson now. Marco keeping up the inside. And, no, sorry, Marco losing that position to Audi and Ferguson. Marco completely losing that position. Not ideal for him, of course. Marco now just ahead of Phil Varley, and Phil saying, listen, you've lost a few positions, how can I nick one off you please? And I'm decently sure Marco will say no, but Phil is definitely going to try and push for that position. So what can Phil do? Going for a rouge here, don't want contact for a rouge, can be very deadly. As you see there's car sparking from goes Ferguson, but Phil does get an amazing section, but he will not have enough pace to put alongside. That's the secret. These cars don't have enough pace. He just needs to wait. He needs to wait. He needs to wait. He needs to wait as urgently as he can. Maybe he can get a dive bomb here. Does he go for it? Does he go for it? Yes, he does. Yes, he does. Oh, no. But there's Ferguson gets past. And now still in P11 as Ferguson gets past him. Can Phil make a move here? He's definitely going to try. He's going to even try maybe a move on Mark. He doesn't quite yet. Oh, and there's contact. There's contact. There's contact. The steward's going to look into it, see what's going to happen. Phil looking a bit unstable there. Definitely not what he wanted. He was so close to getting to P9. He was so close. But just couldn't quite make it happen. But already Stephen Ferguson and Marco now taking it out. All Phil has to do is capitalize. It looks like he has indeed done it as he tries to get past, and he is in P9. Phil Varley making up 2 positions there, going up 2 positions on both Ferguson and Marco. Amazing drive from Varley. Absolutely amazing drive. I know Varley is currently watching the stream. Varley, what a drive. Absolutely amazing. That was a move that took some balls, and you definitely had them. Here we see the Stephen Ferguson opening alongside Vardy. Can he get that move on? Vardy says, no, please don't. I just got P9. Take it away from me now. Oh, but I think Ferguson says, no, I don't want to. Sorry, boss. And he was running under heavy attack. Marco not being able to keep that from Ferguson. Alexander Westbrook and Yammer now battling us out, and let's have a look what's happening here. Vardy in P10 is going to make a move on Stefan. No, he should have gone down the inside if he wanted to make a move. Actually, does Phil go for it? Oh, Stefan Ferguson loses back end. That sends Vardy into P9 again. Ferguson absolutely losing all control, sending Vardy into P9 again with now what looks to be a 1.2 second gap, and that is all Vardy might have needed. He just needed a gap, and now he has one, and now he'll be able to race as he wants to, I guess. He'll be able to race as he wants to. Al Gardner and Marco now. Marco P11. Al Gardner looking for a move, not being able to make it. Looking at Audi and Badowski. Audi really on Badowski. Less than 1.5 tenths away, sorry. Just really trying to put the pressure on. And I think he is definitely succeeding. Give me 2 seconds. I'm just going to take a bit of a breather. Let's have a look at Martin using Jordan now. Jordan saying, "Hey, hi Martin, how are you? Can I take your position, please?" And I think Jordan slams the door in his face, but Martin definitely still trying. Just trying to stay behind. He might even be able to make a move with the correct slipstream if he pulls out right at the right time, but I think he's missed that opportunity. Let's have a look what happens into this corner. Can Jordan stay ahead? It's gonna happen. Martin and Jordan. Martin v Jordan. Who's gonna win? Who's gonna win the battle for P13? Less than a 10th gap between them. And who pulls ahead there? That is Don Jordan that pulls ahead somehow. Martin just doesn't have any pace, and Don Jordan just speeds past. Well done to Jordan. Audi versus Badalski. Audi still on Badalski. Badalski not being able to breathe. That's 3 attempts between them. Sorry, 4 attempts. It was 4 attempts behind him now. Badalski really not being able to breathe and just trying to clench for P7. I cannot believe that. Godzilla now on lap 5, and he has a 1 point, almost 2 second gap to Nigel Wood, and Nigel Wood almost has a 2.6 second gap to Rigel. This is definitely not going the way that I think Rigel would have wanted that P2, but he just doesn't quite have the pace. Yammer not going on to Xander Westenberg. Can Yammer make a move that can stick? He's on his back. Will he pull out? Will he pull out? Will he pull out? We're gonna see him pull out. Is Yammer going to pull out? Yes, he does. He pulls out, and now there's a braking. Who's going to be latest on the brakes? And I think that is Xander Westenberg that's still latest on the brakes. Yammer not being able to match that. And even if Xander gets all out of shape, Yammer just trying to hold on and trying to see what he can do, but just not really getting what he wants. Look, Yammer still on Westenberg, not letting him go. Really trying to pressure him to every corner, hoping. Westenberg on Yammer. Sorry, I do apologize. Westenberg on Yammer. Westenberg hoping Yammer makes such a mistake, but it just isn't quite yet. Now we're looking at Martin Hughes and Frederick Reichardt. Reichardt 10s behind Hughes, trying to see whatever he can do. Give me 2 seconds here. What a battery. Mad Owl, Dirk Gretschel going at it again. Can Gretschel get past Owl this time? No, he cannot. We saw this in the previous race as well. Gretschel just not being able to put up the moves like he would have wanted. That's definitely going to be a sour taste about. As there's contact between Hughes and Reichardt, let's see him brakes, and later Reichardt does, but he misses braking point, and that gives Martin the go-ahead again. Wow. Martin not being, Martin just going too late, and definitely something else. The Big Cheese or my friend Frosted, how are you doing? How are you doing? You see Gretschel chasing Al down, but Gretschel's main problem is he's been struggling to make a move. Every time he gets so close, but he just doesn't quite, isn't quite able to really stick it in there and keep it in there, and we'll definitely see if he can this time. He does pull out, but I don't think that's going to be quite enough. No, it isn't. Now, once again, that is Al staying in the lead, and Dirk staying behind. A recipe we've seen multiple times throughout these 2 races, and I hope it can change. We will definitely see. Yeah, Al just taking it a lot smoother than Gretschel is. Gretschel trying to constantly overtake Al, and Al is just kind of saying, okay, I'm just going to drive smoothly, and we'll see what happens. Nigel Wood now gets a slowdown. Shouldn't affect him too much. Rigel is quite a bit behind, but it will of course affect his gap to Godzilla. Unfortunately, he's going to be very upset about that. Gretschel getting close to Al. He'll pull into the slipstream here. Is he going to be able to do anything? No, he isn't. No, he isn't. Close, but no cigar. Close, but no cigar. Definitely something else. Let's have a look. Gretschel, come on, Gretschel. No, he just isn't able to make that move. He wants to. He's looking at it, and he just can't. He sees the opening, and he's just kind of, I won't say indecisive, but he just can't really match what Al is doing, and that is kind of giving him a very could I say? What's the word? Giving a bad position. Let's just say that. Can we say bad position? Yeah, let's say bad position. And now Godzilla and Nigel Wood. Who's that spun? I'm not quite sure who's spun there. There might be a back marker that spun. Nigel Wood now 1.7 seconds away from Godzilla. Godzilla not putting as much of a gap as he did in the previous race. Might be conserving tires, saving fuel, whatnot. Who knows? Who knows? Definitely see. It is something else. Gretchen going up the hill. On the tower. Still not able to do anything. Charger, my car got killed. Yeah, Charger, no, we saw, man, don't we? I think we saw that. Thing, Charger, you can control me in the commentary box if you want to. My voice is absolutely dead. Yammer now dropping down to P19. But yeah, so Charger, feel free to come join me in the commentary box. Would appreciate, you know. I can give it a bit over to you. As Gretchen trying to keep up the inside of Al, but once again, not being able to do anything. Gretchen just not being able to quite have the pace that Al has, and that has put him in such a bad situation. Nigel Wood took down 3 attempts on Godzilla's lead and is now at 1.3, sorry, 1.5 and climbing. Might just be a sector problem, if that makes sense. Rigel now P3, still 4 seconds away, and then right behind Rigel is Gretchen still going for the move, but not being able to do anything. I don't know, man. Gretchen, yeah, just not quite there. Hi, Charger, how are you?
Hi, Panda. Not too bad.
The car got taken out.
I was in a bunch of cars and I was trying to avoid someone, I think, and a car just spin and hit the wall, and then I went in the pits to get repaired and realised I hadn't got a bloody button assigned to, green up the bodywork repair. So yeah, it was pretty much the car was dead. No aero.
That's definitely not ideal around Spa. No aero around Spas. Yeah. It's like, I think it's like taking like a van, one of those big loader vans up a luge. It just doesn't work. No, there's no downforce. Absolutely none. Glad you've joined me though, because I have a question for you. How on said earth is Godzilla so fast? What have you guys been feeding him?
I think he's done a fair bit of practice, I think, for this. So he's obviously found the aero set. I mean, I jumped on there with standard aero and I was getting absolutely destroyed up Eau Rouge. I was like, okay, I need to adjust the aero, The difference between... Yeah, I mean, the difference between... I think it was about 6 miles an hour up the straight there. So... yeah, it's quite, if you get the aero right, but it's a good balance between straight line speed and cornering speed. If you go too far, you're stuffed in the corners. So,
see, that's the thing is Godzilla, in the other series as well, he seems to get a good balance, but in GT3 it happens a lot as well. I mean, we're currently seeing in the previous race he had a 10-second gap on Nigel. Now only has 1.7. My thing is Kai's a really good driver. I absolutely love him, but it seems to me that, in the first stint, he'll usually drive extremely good, and then he really starts struggling in the second stint. Not struggling, but he just isn't at that same pace. Do you think that's due to fatigue, or do you think that's him being, listen, I can chill a bit, I have the room? What do you think that is?
I think with Godzilla Banksy is patience. If he's in the flow and he's relaxed, he does well. If he gets stressed, he makes mistakes. Simple, really. So he needs to keep calm and just, keep the flow going. As soon as if he has a little accident or something, he'd completely lose his focus and he needs to refocus. So yeah, if he's out front and he's just cruising like he is at the minute, he's got no stress. Once he gets stressed, he makes mistakes.
That is quite true, because at the start of the race we saw Nigel get an absolutely amazing start and actually kind of planned to dive bomb on Godzilla into turn 1, and I think that might have shaken him a bit up, because it's like, oh crap, I can't just kind of sit back, I have to proper focus on that. I have put some stress into his feet. And my second question for you as Charger is, if you're currently watching, Rachel, you know, he's been staying behind Al for a solid, you know, almost 10, 15 minutes, right? They just can't get a move. And, you know, I'm kind of debating, you know, do you think it's because Rick just, you know, isn't going risky enough, that he isn't making, you know, the moves that need to be made? Or do you think that it just is that, you know, that Spa is just really hard to overtake on? What's your, you know...
I would say it's probably Mad Al's got quite low downforce and he's not be able to get the toe that he needs to push him to make the move. It's really tricky on here. You know, if you're a bit quicker on the straight like they are now, he should be getting enough toe to pull alongside him, but he isn't. So if you can't get alongside into the corner, you've got no way of attacking. It's really tough on this track, really tough. The other tracks have been a bit different, you know, with slower, shorter straights and a lot more corners. And these top out as well. I don't know if you've noticed, they top out in sixth gear.
Yeah. Against sixth gear, and they just don't want to go any further. Kind of get stuck.
No, I think I've got about 151 behind someone. It's about max speed.
I mean, but the thing is, because, you know, it's interesting, because you mentioned, you know, as we go here onto the final straight, is that constant thing that you said of pulling ahead, because, you know, you see people doing so well, you know, in the slipstream, and they're, you know, absolutely, you know, almost touching the guy's rear wing in the slipstream, and then they pull ahead and they just lose all, you know, all of their speed. So, Gretschel does try something there, but just a bit too late on the brakes. But now, my question is, for you as a driver, Charger, or, you know, you've talked a lot about driving as well. I'm sure you guys, you know, have a few discussions about this. For a track like Spa, do you say, okay, you know what, fine, I'm going to go, you know, heavy on downforce and just get all of my speed in the corners? Or do you say, listen, if I can get an amazing amount of speed in the straights, I'll be able to make up a ton of positions and just speed past everyone? Like, what's kind of the verdict behind that?
It's a balance. I mean, if you look at the default setup for downforce for this track, I think it was 7 front and 19 rear, which is ridiculous, really. I was running on the second race 3 and 7,
Wow.
which, yeah, the downforce is. I think some of them are running 0-0, which, you know, it's going to give them massive on the straight, but they're going to be battling in the corner. It's a trade-off, isn't it? It depends how good you can control the car with low downforce in the corners. So it comes down to driver skill a lot.
I mean, we're watching here Phil Varley pulling alongside Audi and actually being able to keep it there. So do you think something like that is then due to Phil, you know, having a bit more of a straight line setup, being able to, you know, pull out of the slipstream next to someone and still being a massive accident? Not quite sure who went off there. Sorry, I think that's Reichardt, and he reversed into Audi, and Audi just smashed him. Ooh, that's not gonna go down well. Do you think, you know, something like that, you know, Phil just cruising past, do you think then Phil has a bit lower downforce, but, you know, more straight line speed setup that he can cut through the air faster?
Yeah, I mean, because there's such a difference in the, you know, the increments in the aero. I could be running 3.7, someone could be running 4.8, and still be on my tail. But if they get up my side, they're going to maybe beat me into back around the corner. It's that fine, you know. It can be a couple of clicks. That I think I was topping out at 144.45 with my downforce. But if I got to, I was getting 151.
I mean, that's kind of the thing. It's, as you said, it's so, those 1 or 2 clicks quite literally make all the difference. Yeah, I don't know, man. See, that's why I like driving GT3 cars, because I feel like, you know, you can make bigger adjustments without having as much of an impact. But these small things, I can just imagine it must be hell. Because if you make, you know, one little adjustment, it kind of affects the whole car, you know, it can send the whole car off balance. You know, probably the same with F2 and F1. It's definitely something else. And I mean, especially on a track as dynamic as Spa. I mean, you know, Spa, long straights, but also a lot of, you know, twisty, tight bits. What's happening here between these two? When is Nigel caught up to Godzilla? Godzilla really, I think either Godzilla has spun or he really slowed his pace, because Nigel actually putting on an attack here. See if he can get past. Nigel might actually, to be quite fair. He definitely has the pace for it. See, maybe Godzilla has damage. But I mean, my thing is, Charger, going into a race like this, like Spa, something as dynamic as this, where do you start? You know, with like the practice or the setups, you know, you're looking at a track like Spa, where do you start, if that makes sense?
You try and get the maximum speed you can down the straight, while still being able to get around the cut. It's a really difficult one, I mean, because I came on quite late. I hadn't done any practice on this, and someone sent me a quick and dirty downforce setting. And I think that's all they're tweaking, really. They're not really tweaking anything. Obviously, fuel as well, because you can't run a 30-minute race with fuel. So you've got the option of maybe running half and half, or a full tank and then a splash and dash. So fuel comes into it as well. And how good you are at pit stops.
Definitely. Yeah, that's, and I think especially the pit stops, I think that's something that, you know, not a lot of people focus on. But the pit stops are a deadly part of a race. They can really make or ruin a race, can't they? You know, that between Nigel and Gretschel could have decent, you know, if Gretschel had a shorter stop, he could have, you know, pulled away from Nigel. But they, you know, coincidentally having the same stop. But I mean, that's an important thing you mentioned there, the pit stops. I think, you know, that's something that people definitely need to kind of take into consideration, is how do you even, you know, the million different strategies that you get for something, you know, for a track like this, for, you know, a race like this, you know, what strategy do you choose? Is there like do you guys kind of have a way of choosing a strategy, or do you just kind of say, listen, this might be faster, let's try it?
There's not much sharing. The thing with the pit stops is, I mean, you need about 15 litres to finish the race. Well, 15 to 20 litres, only a 3-second stop. You can lose an awful lot more than that in messing your pit entry or exit up, not stopping in the box correctly, you know, all those sort of variables. So that's part and parcel of it. And they also do get quicker as obviously the fuel goes down. So running maybe half a tank might be a better idea. I run a full one and did a top up, but yeah, it's lots of variables, but a lot. I wouldn't say more than GT cars, but as you can see with Fergie and Marco there, the way that Fergie can, as soon as he got up, he was getting the toe. As soon as he was alongside, it's all gone.
Scary.
So
yeah, that's kind of. I think that's what makes this series so special. Such a special series is, you know, it's so much about the setup and the pit, and you know, there's so many variables. And as a driver, if you need to nail this, you genuinely have to be good. I do once again want to point out, Nigel would once again within a second, almost half a second of Godzilla. Not quite sure. Is there any speculation what might have happened to Godzilla losing so much time?
I think Nigel's just probably got into his toe.
Well, I mean, there was a 2-second gap, and now it's down to 6, 7.
Yeah, so yeah, I mean, if you push and you get into within maybe half a second, you're in the toe. It'll start to pull you in.
And then you can kind of just use that to pull yourself. I mean, these cars, of course, they don't have DRS, but I mean, you know, the toe probably, you know, works in similar fashion. You get in the toe, and then it absolutely just pushes. It's an amazing battle here from Phil Moore and Kowalski. Yeah, it kind of works, you know, in that same way as, you know, you get in the toe and it just kind of pulls you along as far as you go.
You've got to time it just right with the toe to get the slingshot. If you can get the timing right with the toe, coming up to a corner and get the slingshot, it's a bit of a dive bomb sort of thing, but it isn't really. You can make it. Yeah, you can use the slingshot sort of toe to get past that way, but it's tough. I mean, you can see how evenly matched everyone is. This is probably the tough, out of the 4 tracks we've done, this is the toughest one for setups. Setups didn't really make a huge difference on the other tracks.
But now it does, because Spa is
Yeah.
Before we go into our, almost already on the last one, to be honest. We see a lot, and I mean, quite a lot of track invalidations, and warnings, penalties for track limits abuse. Do you have any idea, why that would be happening? What would be causing? Because I mean, Spa is. I look at that, all three of those guys, cutting. But the thing is, Spa is really wide track. So is that just the drivers really pushing themselves, or is that just them making mistakes, not having enough practice, or thinking it's okay? What's kind of what was the theory behind the penalties?
The Raceroom's very good actually with it. Although it looks like a lot of people are cutting, they're not actually cutting. It's normally extensions off track. See, I've just seen one there. If you go over the white line, you normally get a warning. If you do gain time from it, it gives you a time limit to give a certain amount. It's normally 0.2, 0.34 seconds, what it thinks you've gained. So the game does do a good job of that. Although it looks like a lot of people are maybe cutting the track, they're not. They're just extending. They could even be avoiding an accident, running off track, but carrying the speed through, so they'll get a warning for that. But yeah, it's done really well in Raceroom, that.
But I have to say, I used Raceroom today for the first time, and I can definitely say that's the one thing I do like about Raceroom. I struggled for an hour trying to get my wheels set up, and it's still set up. One of you guys are going to need to teach me how to do that. But yeah, no, definitely something else. As we see, actually, Godzilla trying to break the toe from Nigel. Knowing how powerful that is, that's quite interesting to see. Godzilla, leading that much previous race, now, now he's forced to break the toe. That's something I think he didn't expect this race. That's quite something else. But yeah, no, Charger. Oh, that's someone into a wall. I have absolutely no idea. I think that was Yammer going into a wall. Okay, final lap, and we already go into a wall. Nice, guys. But Charger, thank you very much for talking. I do really appreciate giving us some insights into how drivers and their brains work. Quite mad creatures, aren't they?
Yeah, not a problem. The next one we're doing is DTM 95, and that's default setup. So, yeah, that'll be just down to driver skill.
That's gonna be scary. I'm gonna absolutely poo my pants. No, but it's definitely fun. It's always fun. If you guys haven't already, I would like to recommend you guys leave a like, subscribe, go visit the website, join the Discord. Do everything. It's an amazing community, and we have amazing people in here like Charger and Nate and Kai and Rigel and Binnersley and Marco and Matt Al and Marco. You know what? Everyone. We have amazing people like everyone in the community who are waiting to accept you. So please come join us. We would heavily appreciate it. We have a load of stuff coming up, and we cannot wait to see you all here. And with that saying, here comes Godzilla with Nigel Wood right behind him. Nigel Wood not being able to make that move into P1, and Godzilla somehow for race 2 coming away with the win. That is a double P1 for Godzilla. Race 1 and race 2. Nigel Wood also be content with that. P2 in both races. Across the line now comes our Rigel, RWB Rigel. A really good race from him as well, able to keep everyone off him. Al will then follow suit very quickly in P4, and Timo in P5. Brilliant drive from him as well. P5 now goes to Kanetsi, P6 Ferguson, P7 Badowski, and P8 goes to Varley, who made a move on that last lap for that P8. P9 Gretschel, P10 Jordan, P11 will go to Audi, P12 going to Marco, P13 goes to Al Gardner. Wait for a camera here. P14 goes to M Huge, P15 goes to R Yammer, P16 goes to Alderic, P17 goes to Xander Westenberg. Looks like it will, at least. Will it? Yes, it will. P18 going to what looks like to be Reichart. P19 to Rochenbach, P20 to P-Pi, P21 and P22 going to Jay Burley and our favorite man, Charger. Charger, do apologize, you're last on the grid.
No worries. I did all right the first race. Pull some strings.
Don't worry. Listen, I know some guys. I know people. Okay, we'll get you up. Don't worry. Don't you
Cheers.
Don't be worried about it, man. Don't worry. That has been your race 2, and that has been it for the RWB Formula Raceroom 3 X Cup Challenge, as far as I'm concerned. 4 amazing rounds. We had different commentators, and it was from ourselves an absolutely amazing thing to commentate. There is your top 20. Well, I guess top 21. It'll zoom out here in a second. Godzilla winning both races, Nigel Widd coming second in both races, and Nigel coming third in both races. Not much change from P1 to P3, but I would definitely have a look at P4 down to P21, P22, if I was you. Definitely, you should probably watch the replay, to be quite fair. And that was absolutely amazing. What a race, what a race. I think I now have the all clear. Nate, do I have the all clear to end us off?
Yeah.
I do indeed. Everyone, we do want to say thank you very much. I think from the whole RWB crew, I'm not talking on their behalf. I'm just saying I think they would like to say it was a major pleasure hosting this event. It has been an amazing amount of fun. We've absolutely loved having you guys here. From the commentator side, it's been amazing commentating for you guys. Hopefully we can see you in the next series. Please like, subscribe, visit the website, join the Discord, and do not forget about us. You will see us shortly with quite a few more. Do remember we have a lot of things, a lot of events still coming up. The big one of the big ones, of course, the Balance of Power series. We have I just need to have a look at this event. We have the Kailami 9 hour. We do have that what's it called? I feel stupid and I can't remember the name. Nate, tell me real quick.
The DTM one?
Yes, it's the DTM one. We have the DTM one as well. And we have, of course, our CC Championship Series, our Monza Big Grid also coming up, and then our Battle of the Bands. Everyone, that has been amazing fun. Thank you guys for watching. We do appreciate it. From my side and the whole RWB family, we'll see you next time. See ya.